Just wanted to do a video really on I'm going to do a couple on my experience of being homeless and what have you. First of all, I like to say, you've got homeless people, and then you have what I call street people. Now, homeless people are those that live and sleep on the streets. Unfortunately, some of them, or a lot of them, have got other issues and mental health issues, severe addiction issues, drug and alcohol, or just alcohol. But most of them have drug and alcohol issues as well. And I'm sorry to say this, they look homeless. When I was homeless, I tried not to look homeless. I was just thinking to myself this morning as I was cleaning my trainers with baby wipes. That's a habit that I learned when I was as homeless. And my early morning rising, when I slept not in a tent, when I used to find little safe sleeping places nowhere near any other homeless people. I didn't like to congregate with them. I didn't want to, because you see them in towns in big groups, and it wasn't me. I just didn't feel part of that community, as it were. I used to meet them, I used to chat to them, and we'd meet when I'd go to a day centre for a shower or to do my washing. And it's quite surprising that you can do free washing and have a shower free, and a bacon roll and a cup of tea. There's a lot of charities and day centres. There's no need to be homeless and dirty. I'd say that. And then you have street people. Now, street people are quite often people that live under a roof. They might live in shared accommodation, a hostel, the Sally Ann hostel, but they don't sleep on the streets. But they probably did sleep on the streets, and they can't get that mentality out of their head, and they spend their day on the streets. Normally they spend their day on the streets with homeless people, drinking, taking drugs, selling drugs. There's a lot of drug dealing done amongst the street people and the homeless. And I don't mean necessarily illegal drugs. I'm not talking about, you've got your spice, your smack, your marijuana and all of that, but they do love medication. Valium they abuse, diazepam they abuse. I mean, I even knew someone that used to take 10 ibuprofen because it gave him a buzz. Take 10 at once, you get a nice buzz. Valium, apparently, if you stay awake rather than letting it make you go to sleep, you get a buzz. I mean, I take so much prescribed medication, I wouldn't want to take any. I wouldn't want to take anything else. The trouble with street drugs is a lot of them are imported in from China, Lithuania, Poland, places like this, and they're made in backstreet laboratories, and you have no idea what the thing is mixed with. You just don't know what you're taking. Yes, it might say Valium on the box, but you have no idea. It's not been made by a pharmaceutical company and prescribed by a doctor. And it's, unfortunately, I've seen people die because of this. And when I was homeless, I used to try and give the impression that I was a backpacker. So I'd wake up very early, I'd tidy my sleeping space up. Some of my early videos will show this. Tidy up, throw the cardboard away that I slept on. Cardboard is a great insulator if you have to sleep on concrete. Tidy up, make sure the place was totally spick and span. You wouldn't believe anyone had slept there. Pack my rucksacks up. I used to have a big rucksack on my back and a day rucksack on my front. The day rucksack was the most important one, as that contained all my documents: passport, driving license, personal bits and bobs. Yes, I did have a small laptop that I bought when I did have a job. I owned a business, and I brought that with me. And I did have a mobile phone. And what's a homeless person doing with a mobile phone? Well, how do you get in touch? Everything is done by text message or email. Everything. Doctors, they want prescription requests done by through the app, the NHS app. Benefit offices, housing offices, all these people want emails. They want documentation. You can't pick up the phone because you can't just walk into the office. So I used to be able to walk into Wetherspoons, and after a while I think they guessed I was homeless, but I never looked it. They thought I was a backpacker because I had everything was rolled up nicely. My sleeping bag was, I had a nice clean rucksack. Again, baby wipes are good for that. Baby wipes are good for wiping the trainers over. if I'd got, I'm terrible for spilling coffee over myself. So if I'd ever spilt coffee on my jeans or t-shirt, baby wipes are great for wiping them before the next wash. And a lot of homeless people, unfortunately, just look a state. And I'm thinking, when you walk into an office, a housing office or a benefit office, or you've got a hospital appointment, and you smell nice, I used to buy, the cheapest aftershave money could buy, or I'd go into the beauty stores and use the testers. You smell nice, you look clean, you look tidy. It makes such a big difference. It really does, how people perceive you. Was it within the first 5 seconds someone's already made a judgment about you? Anyway, this video I'm going to talk about my sleeping pattern. My sleeping pattern, I've been housed for almost a year, and my sleeping pattern is a total disaster. I'm lucky to get 2 to 3 hours solid sleep, and that's from being on the streets. I spoke to my mental health worker about this, and they said it could take 2 years or more to adjust. The fact that you're not on edge, because I was mugged 3 times, I've been robbed twice, by other homeless people, by the way. People that live in houses don't go robbing homeless people. Other homeless people rob homeless people. They see you as a tasty treat, as a friend of mine used to say. If they see you've got a decent pair of trainers, you've got to sleep with your trainers on. I used to sleep with one arm through my big rucksack and the little rucksack in the sleeping bag with me. I learned quickly the way life is. And since I've been in the house, I go to bed incredibly early because I get very tired. I get very tired because I'm up very early, and I'm also on a raft of medication. Last night, for instance, I was in bed at 7:30, but I read. I read a lot. So I started reading my book. By 8:30, the letters were all blurry, and I thought, right, let's just go to sleep. 10 o'clock, boom, wide awake. I heard a car door open in the street. Wide awake, looking out the window. Get back into bed, read for a bit more, went back to sleep for a few hours, for about half an hour, and then I heard someone in the house use the bathroom, bang, wide awake. And that's from being homeless. Any foot noise, car noise, you never sleep. I suppose the expression is sleep with one eye open. But last night I managed to get 6 hours of solid sleep, and the alarm woke me up at 5:30 this morning. So I got up because I'm going to town to meet a friend for 8 o'clock, and I've got a routine. I've always kept a routine. Even when I was homeless, I had a routine. I keep the same routine every morning. I try to drink a litre of water. I can't take my medication on an empty stomach, and I hate eating at 6 a.m. My body doesn't want to eat at that time. So I throw a crumpet in the toaster, had a hot buttered crumpet, then took my meds. Then I do my physio and my other exercises. I'm a bit lazy when it comes to washing up. If I've eaten the night before, I leave the dishes till the following morning. So wash up, tidy up the room, spray air freshener around, and my room is so spick and span. Everything has its place. I'm a bit OCD-like. Everything has its place, and it needs to be in that place. I still manage to lose things. I'm great losing keys, glasses. Where did I put those? Where did I put that? And they're normally where they should be. But if they're not, then I have to spend the time hunting. I know they're somewhere. But and then I go for my morning walk. This morning I didn't need to go for a morning walk. I walked to the bus stop because I'm walking around town a lot today. But getting 6 hours sleep last night, I was so tired yesterday. And I had things to do and I didn't want to do it, but I pushed myself. And I think I've said it before, as my old dad used to say, the trouble with doing nothing, David, is you don't know when you've finished. And I know many people that don't work, and I know many street people that just seem to do nothing all day. Nothing. And then you go, well, you seem to be getting a lot of help, or you go to a lot of places. And I say, well, help doesn't come knocking on your door. This week I attended the Active Lives men's group for the first time. Now, I found out about them, firstly through a place called the Steamhouse Cafe, which is set up by the local council in town. And it's got hundreds of leaflets on hundreds of different things you can do. And different groups, whether it be mental health or physical health or whatever. And also a friend of mine gave me the the leaflet to say, Dave, if you thought about going along to this, it's for 2 hours every Wednesday. It costs £5. You get a cup of tea, bacon bap, and a chance to sit and chat with a group of guys about whatever you want. And so I went along on Wednesday. I was the youngest there by about 20 years. But, you know, I like the company of old people. I like to listen to their stories. And I've got a lot of respect for elderly people, you know, that have made it that long. But I'm just grateful today that I'm going to try and break this sleep pattern. So my goal for today, and I've written it on my to-do list. I write a to-do list every day and tick off what I need to do. Is to try and stay awake until 11. And I'm hopefully, if I go to bed at 11, I'll read for a bit. And then if I can sleep straight through till 6 until tomorrow morning, then that's one way of trying to break the sleep pattern. I've tried sleeping tablets and I don't get on with them. And I don't want to take any more tablets that I'm on already anyway. But I just thought I'd just give a little insight to sort of, you know, it's been hard adjusting, and it's only a year now that I feel comfortable. I've made the room very much my own. You know, I bought, you know, I got a vase. I've been given some stuff. I was given a nice vase. I bought some fake flowers to put in. That have brightened up the room. I bought, you know, table mats in bits and bobs. You know, every month I buy a couple of new things for the room, and I've made it look like home, and now it feels like home. You know, and keeping myself busy with courses. You know, it's no good. I could sit in my room on my own, dwelling on, you know, oh, why did this happen to me? What am I, you know, what have I lost? The past is the past. I can't change it. The only thing I can do is live today and live the best I can today, and put my faith, as you know, I do believe in God. Put my faith in the Lord that there is a future mapped out ahead of me. Don't know what that future is, but if I do the best I can today, then hopefully tomorrow's going to be a little bit better. Anyway, just thought I'd share that on this chilly but hopefully sunny day. And take it easy, peeps.